welcome back to All Indiana. I just love cooking with you. One of my favorite places to be is in the kitchen, and my favorite time of year to make soups. So what I've got for you today is a classic and easy tomato soup. And guess what? We're doing homemade croutons with it as well. Those are ready to come out of the oven. We never buy croutons in my house anymore. We only do homemade, and they're super simple. So I'm going to share those with you in just a second. Let's get started on our soup. So if you liked the, Campbell's kind of tomato soup, I think you'll like this one. Maybe even better. I hope better. So I've got kind of the finished version right here. So I want you to pay attention to this pot up here. So I've got some olive oil that's already heating, and then we are going to add a delicious, huge sweet onion. Now, as you're chopping this onion, you might start crying. I've got a chef friend who actually wears sunglasses when she cuts her onion so she doesn't cry. But what I want you to remember as you're cutting this onion is it doesn't really matter how it looks, because the whole thing's going to get blended. So don't fuss too much over how well it's diced. And one of my cooking instructors used to say in the past, he'd say, Ness, every good recipe starts with an onion. And I can tell that's the truth when I cook for my Wish TV family, because everybody, Alexa saunters in here and says, what is that smell? And I say, you know what, it's just onion. You want your house to smell amazing, just either put cinnamon in the oven or onion on the stove, because it smells that good, even if you're making a mess like you see me doing right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to speed ramp this recipe so that you can see the whole thing. So pretend with me that these onions have cooked for about 10 minutes. You want them to get really translucent. I even like the edges to get golden because that adds so much flavor. So then we are going to add what I call like the set of binoculars. It's salt, because it takes those flavors that are far away or might feel small or minute and magnifies them. So you want about 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt or sea salt, whatever you have on hand in there, okay? And now, again, those onions are translucent. They have golden edges. You can pretend with me. We are adding a few tablespoons of tomato paste. Tomato paste is like the espresso of the tomato world. It's just rich, deep flavor. And we would cook that for about a minute. Okay, Alexis, are you a tomato soup fan?
I love tomatoes, and I love everything with tomatoes.
Oh, but okay, so you do love tomato. I thought you were getting ready for the killer, but I don't love tomato soup.
I love tomato soup, especially when it smells as, I hope you all understand. I walked in here and I smelled it from across the hall.
If only we had smell-o-vision. Everybody that cooks says that.
Smell-o-vision.
But not yet. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe that's one of the things that will come out of COVID-19, right? And all the food TV people are watching. One of my favorite things to watch people make is soup, because it's just so warm and comforting.
It hugs you.
It hugs you. That's a hug in a bowl. Okay, so then I want a full can of Red Gold whole peel tomatoes. Red Gold is right in our backyard. Elwood, Indiana is where those come from. So we want a whole can of that, and a couple of cups of either chicken or veggie broth, either one.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna let that simmer for 20 minutes, but I've got some that's already done, and I know I'm running out of time like always, so I might have to save the croutons for another day, but I wanna get you guys through this recipe. So after it's simmered, what you're gonna do is take it and put it in a blender. Okay, with something to make it creamy. And what I'm gonna use to make it creamy is Great Northern beans that have been drained and rinsed, all right? So we're gonna sprinkle those beans in. Just trust me on this one, you guys. It tastes amazing.
I would have never thought that.
And then a little bit, I like sweeter tomato soup, so a dash of brown sugar. Okay, you can leave that out if you don't like it. And then a little bit of butter. Because anytime you have that acidic of a food, you need a little bit of fat to round it out. Okay, so we'll put that in there. We are gonna blend it. My producer's gonna give me 2 seconds to do this. I'm hurrying, Sam, I'm hurrying. She's got two for me. So I'm gonna blend it on high super fast just for you. I'm gonna pour it, and then I'm gonna top it with those delicious homemade croutons. Take a look. Oh, I don't want to leave you. Take a look at this. Yum, yum, yummy. It is. I've promised this bowl to so many people, but I'm going to give it to my favorite co-host, Alexis, and I'm going to let you toss it to whoever you are.
Brown sugar is always a good idea, especially when I'm the brown sugar in here. All right, wonderful. Well, listen, we have some more cool things coming up, especially when it comes to pinch.